Yeah, Neil Chilton, Printed Electronics
Very good.
Limited, already on stage. And yeah, Neil, feel free
I
to
am to share
start.
the screen.
Yeah,
If it lets
exactly.
me. There you go. Let's see. Let's look at that.
Don't give me a
So
heart attack.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to. Hey,
Neil,
that almost works. There you go. Is that okay?
perfect. Perfect.
Good.
Neil, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, and thanks, Christoph, thanks, Kasia, and everybody for organising such an excellent arrangement for this day. My name is Neil Chilton. I'm the technical director and one of the founders here at Printed Electronics Limited. And today I'm going to give probably the longest titled presentation, but hopefully by the end of it you'll understand why I give it such a long and not very friendly title. But let me explain a little bit about Printed Electronics as a company. So that's our focus. So day in, day out, we make parts for customers. We focus on production scale up and process and product development. We've been operating since 2006, so we've got a long history. We were lucky to be fairly first in the queue. We got the domain name printedelectronics.com many years ago, so we're lucky we don't have to pay Google very much to be top of the list in printed electronics searches, which is nice. We very much have a European focus, and we're actually based inside the UK's largest printed circuit board company. So we have a very close link to conventional electronics manufacturing as well. And we have a very well-equipped facility in the UK, which you're very welcome to come and join. So our focus is manufacturing, number one, as I've said. The other focus area is selling equipment and materials. Some materials that we make ourselves, and some equipment we make ourselves, but also best-in-class equipment for screen printing, inkjet printing, nozzle deposition, that kind of thing, which I'll explain later. And of course, we, like all of us, I think, in this room, we also focus on process and product development and R&D, because that's a key part of printable electronics still. So, what we show here on this slide is that we do manufacturing, do process and product development. We also work in various areas like 3D and conformal printed circuitry, as well as fabric and wearables. I'm not going to cover those very much today. We have expertise in electronics design within our team. So we do the printed side and we do the electronic side, which obviously works quite well together. And these are some of the machines along the bottom which we sell and support. And most importantly, these are the machines that in almost all cases we use. So we're not just a consultant for this, we actually use these bits of equipment. So printable electronics, printing as a whole, what is it? Well, your first thing to remember, we all have to remember this day in, day out, is that we are choosing to, unlike PCB guys, unlike silicon guys, we're choosing to manufacture with liquids, which may or may not be an easy decision to make. So we have an inkjet head here, for example, showing a lovely deposition of drops onto a surface. But then the drop hits the surface, it perhaps spreads because it's a non-absorbent surface, and then you've got something like the Marangoni effect. So we have to remember that printing with printed electronics, or printing generally, for us in printable electronics, is not the same as what everybody day in, day out thinks of as printing. So if you ask the average person, is printing easy? Is using the inkjet printer on your desk, is it easy? Yeah, it is. It's really easy because it relies on decades of research and development behind it. But most importantly, the reason it's easy is because we mostly deal with absorbent substrates in the case of printing, right? Whether that's graphics printing or even some printed electronics, as we're showing here. So if you have an absorbent substrate, you potentially have an advantage because your low viscosity solvents from your inkjet process can be absorbed into your base substrate, leaving the good stuff behind on the surface, which is what we're showing here. I'm not going to go into the detail of that. But in printable electronics, we don't have that luxury so often. We've been involved in inkjet printing since 2006, since we started, and this is some results shown, just as an example, showing what can happen if you're printing onto a non-absorbent substrate, as many of us are, and you don't have the process optimized, right? So these are all the various considerations that you need to have in terms of printable electronics. And of course, what I've shown in those two